and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And
I'd like to ask a question from the previous.
I see that, Jen.
The monthly board meeting is called to order at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026, with the pledge to the flag. The following council members were in attendance: Tony Morris, Pastor Courier, and Jacob Atwood. Our town attorney, Tim Lannon, and Jacob Jones, our town marshal, are also in attendance. The meeting is set to stream online and can be viewed at www.townofrecords.org. It is also available streamed on Facebook. The minutes of the last meeting were read. Pastor Courier made a motion, seconded by Tony Morris. Tony Morris approved the minutes. Tony Morris seconded, all approved. Sorry about that. Jacob Jones was sworn in as town marshal. Welcome, Jacob. There was no fireworks report. Neil McKee, the Arrested Water Commissioner, was not in attendance, but he sent word that things are in working order and we will need to review the proposal for the wellhead plans, consumer confidence report, and water law. These are proposals done yearly. Jacob Atwood reported to the park and the street. He states that the shelter is finished at the park and it's very nice. He had bought park chairs and wanted his friends in the playground. He reported the repair work to the cement on Superior Street will be completed on June 26th, and the striping will be shortly thereafter. Jacob Jones reported to the police there were 75 calls in the month of June, which consisted of property checks, traffic stops, medical calls, public lift, accidents, and EMS complaints. He reported that the police department lobby is open 24/7 with access to medical and personal resources. He is actively applying and patiently waiting for grant approval. He reported that if a citizen needs to reach an officer at any time, the individual can call the police department and that phone is now forwarded to the duty phone carried by him and the reserve. This is so much more efficient than depending on the department's needs and message. Jacob has requested the town to adopt an ordinance that allows the clerk treasurer to act as an ordinance violations bureau. This allows officers to issue fines for violations and then pay the town directly without going to court. If the individual contests the violation, then it will be forwarded to the OSC court to trial, 10 and will against it. The CCMG-4 project will be complete soon as the cement work and stretching are complete. The log stream is coming right along. We are waiting for grant approval to move to the next step. The America 250 celebration is scheduled for June 28th from 12 to 3. The 50-year time capsule will be open and membrane shared. The public is encouraged to attend. Neil McKee sent by email proposals from Blythe and Brandon grant. Tony Morris made a motion and Jacob Atwood seconded. The separate proposals will be really planned, all approved. Resolution 726, 826, and 926 was submitted to the council. These resolutions are to transfer money within funds. Tony Morris made a motion and Jacob Atwood seconded. All three resolutions were approved. Leora LaSure of 34 Broadway Street, living in Phoenix, she stated that something has to be done about repeating and loud vehicles on Broadway. She also is aware that there is a stray cat issue in town. Her concern is that other residents are putting poison in animals that lose, if her animals that lose and get into that poison, then her animals become sick. Yet the then advised her that the cat issue has been addressed and continues to be addressed. And he knows where the cats are coming from and is working on solving this issue. As far as the poison issue, you can't tell someone not to put poison out for rodents on the stop. Greg Warren, the local plant manager, reported to the council that they are having some paving done on June 29th and July 1st. The paving will not affect traffic. He just wants the council to be aware. Greg stated that he is aware of some of the employees from Red Bull that may be speeding and he has addressed this issue himself. He reported that fresh pack may be delayed this year due to the rain. He will keep us updated. Tony Morris made a motion to accept town plans 6-1 through 6-19 and water and wastewater plans 6-9 through 6-17. And Jacob Atwood seconded, all approved. Tony Morris made a motion to adjourn at 7:41 p.m. Jacob Atwood seconded, all approved. The next scheduled town board meeting is until August 20th at 7 p.m. Just meeting Sunday.
Everybody get out for the meeting.
Let me come up. Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Make the motion and accepting this again. Anybody want to I found in change. All for 624 certain things get with last week. Yeah. Annual complaints including call out for them to go off for 25, 1 minute of call, 75 of the trips, 35 traffic stops, 15 double calls, 5 weeks accidents, and it's been every for a total of 153 total. Very busy month long for the rest of the state. In total arrest and started to do so many events of battery value in the work and virtually that operating over the line even everything just and then I have one statement, Monday statement that we will promote and additionally give for that. They can operate and it's easily the production after that to be the solution to the next. Obviously, it is like that, but I think it's possible about. So here I wrote, initially agreement and then agreement to that here, as it's been funding the doctor that the use of our microphone, the appendix of the issue now. The goal to control the staff population, it would be up to about a very needed to propose for the initial compliance commission and particularly the non-compliance of the documents. I would point the division of the ambulance and the living conditions person during 600. Only at this time, the current 35, while 3.8 July 27, a total of 37 factors that either south of the county property and got within the box or within the county property. Resulted in not the 3 deceased facts that were observed or confiscated, the rest of the tax trap, legal actually found prior to the trip. And thus, if they were making recommendations to property office, the Mr. Man not asserted in their time. Rather be placed on monitoring services which ensures that the population can divided these services that can benefit. Mentally ethics and great benefits include the 20 community district directly benefits this health, acknowledge the health aid and will be of the University of Pittsburgh with the agreed about resources of the ministry to consider the fear of the safety of the which are left, but always use the university. This point, the view that we are looking into which way the $7 we want to do. We know what the main for me provide services to advise in reference to the family release work. The main plan on the stating that there are hearings that I say about 40 population of cat and down. And first, the eradicated of some cat can go with these and it's from the predator to get more effective in line, but the limits to the people. They recommended those be down without outdoor cats, microchip them with the confiscation and the use of the cat and the additional product. We need to again to get activated the normal answer for down and look for the additionally, I provided the abilities draft one related to Elon and the making a violation of the ambulance. We find them after that we have set out. It's very early stages. Grant applications, this was past month, about $38,000 with the first, and the affiliate is being everybody payment, very much they think to use $30,000 for vehicle handcuffs, what they go to loadings, loading, this last week, and then somewhat over the road by, I've also applied for the Cox grant, which is every salary, like a total of $125,000 for the 30 years, or for 3 years, within 4 years of that, into the salary, especially if and in the 3 years, we have received the invoice that we were going to receive in the $5,000 our partnership with the original companies. of that activity for drinking, big coffee, it's sort of happening, and I have a quick, that's where. So what the game going is so that they were going to ask if we're food, okay, this many doing. But they said we advise them on, the body, for that, for that.
Oh, we're not having to do that.
Yeah, we definitely, we're keeping, got all our families and, sure that, yeah, no, so that first big litter, that's the conversion from the government that attributed their final to that $45,500. These two, the technically, the same kind of car, but the two different case. Yeah, on the last page, on the other side, one price is $54,665. Then just two moderate with the, what they just really put the white sign, they use graphics, the hearings, all the lines, so everything. Both people also come with a 3-year, $46,000, about the value, and then 5-year, $100,000. They did a little special with 3 months, we're exploring another place, but they couldn't get those deals in 6 months. I think that like, the budget, which is, very good. And the reason we had a history of is with your parts, where it's talking with the other, over the long run, if it's going to be, it's $170,500, that's money, the money. So, I would recommend that we purchase the cars with this money. And we're going to rotate them out after 5 years to the end of the picture, but it's right now, the Explorer is that, so we kind of high. And it's the sort of thing you got. Yeah, I mean, it's things that you go. Yeah, that's what I think. So, yeah, I feel like our maintenance budget for because I feel like it's has increased in the last several years. The budget purchase fee is actually the same. Tell you that we're not going to do money technically it's going to be yeah, exactly. That's what the standard warranty, all of the line, things like that, the lights, that's all the very one thing that. You probably get a red gold red maybe. Yes, absolutely. It should be wired to us through or they verify our the ID number and send you out there. That invoice that I probably do that's the last invoice that we got is the ID. But and even if it is so it's still gonna be put in before they even get up to the delivery. And then after we don't have to get paid for the lot. So we have that during this 12 months. The date. So even then, if we wanted to explore either just paying for that up front or if we want to the skin, I mean, there's multiple different avenues with pleasure and trying to sell out. $120,000. Yeah, I mean, the only that's a pound of spending is for less than half of a lot of one application.
So it's 120 altogether,
So
125.
total for the two cars, putting together, it's 129. I subtracted 700,500. I was willing to put it into a car to give us 27,000 to provide it to account. And the reason I didn't I took 5,000 without 7,000. I couldn't be there. I had to close it for half a days. With that. And this is the John very safe. Yeah, so we yeah, we were so we technically have a quote from they find that it's the big road that I, they pocket their, maybe look at our apartments, but they, this is a quote, but they want to sit down and deliver their detail. If rising were, even those before fourth store, the prices of the thing. $1,000, but they couldn't give us the price. So,
Then they wouldn't provide you with that additional information. If they're not responsive to you, you inquire.
yeah, maybe they were just adamant on, no matter what, the restriction, there is not, they have to get their, at least. And it's 6 months where you got, but.
What was their name?
Yeah, I did check with Katie Moore, and the prices for the car itself would be available, but they need for the part company to pay all of its stuff. I got back, yeah, companies getting to the John Green, for the TV funding, they have all of the, they might get in there. We get the good.
So they were responding to
Oh, they didn't get on there.
what's that? In the,
Yeah, no, they've been phenomenal. But I wondered too that if we wait any longer so by the end of August, the rate being August, the budget, the door, the $100 to 70s, that might be it, get them to.
so this is not saying to say, that.
Unfortunately, the insurance company, into that, what we really need, I'm sure if you need to think of it out all the radio, we get the grant, because that you're meant for $1,000,000, and we need to also put it to the side. Yeah, that's a lot of maybe the ability to pay. People, they still would get a put backup, and we need it at the part, we need the part of it. So probably keep the card and we can have it, like what the right. Yeah, so they have more of the hard and something like that. Yeah, you can just take that money and do it for shit up.
When you make a motion.
Well, yeah, they're gonna select, well, they're going to try. And then make it good. All things are fine. And it's if the government doesn't come through, you're not going to do it. Yeah, so we're gonna get $2,000 on $27,000. And then, the other ones
And
are.
I do have right, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I do have one other thing. This is the board meeting, with the bank. So I did, a couple minutes ago, applied for the raise food funded for $5,000. For such a problem. The umpire did that for the exception for the, one. We're choosing it right now, but, oh my guys, if 5% of your bottom gets fell slam, you're going to have to be in the meeting to get on. Okay. Yeah, we do have a very heavy private place.
And some of the people that were at the line were the time and any club and they bought like $5,000 worth of bills. And you know, they were getting the fat problem, so they leave. When they were going to have it, so that they would distribute. And the ones in the phone seems that they're not, they're going to leave $5,000.
Yeah, he does for the property, the painting, every song out, find it off, in the office, they do the picking him on, it's still there. So it's a uniform, they'll all be assigned, their own numbers, the days for some of the,
You say, well, I don't, I think it's so bad.
yeah, so we can see what that's, so it includes the 30th.
Come in.
Come here and
So how much are they?
So I right here, show what exactly the price breakdown is. It's through IGS back to about that range, but, the total 24 cents would be 4,770.26. That also the, private insurance to the February place, the February payment like that, and that's fine, stopping that for the, or before, like we did have to buy a step with that, so we did the answer to the, yeah, hurry up, switch out, get it, right again. These kids, you're fine with why you building that, it was like that, your life building that, it's good. That says even if you probably don't need, the, following, you can just keep it set in these bars. With the work, but, should we continue? Yeah, so I'm not going to really specify it, but no matter what, I'm going to find out. But that money, this money probably would give it to Eastern, like take it 6 months and fill the website, it's not dated, I'm finished, so, all you need to take that 5,000 from that, and probably 7,000 tax. And, he probably won't get those, for here, because he can take about, if he don't get delivery, you may have to get delivery today, they have a 30 days window of the, parking, so you're looking at, they do that with it. And then, one thing with the years, at least in, not guaranteed, so he, there might look sick, maybe we'll get, with all on, we got, before,
We can do that, but then we made it on certain,
and unfortunate, it's such.
I think that is. Never know.
Yeah, and if you get the guarantees, grand, they call them, sure.
I called Pickle to talk to them today, I asked him if we could reimburse themselves. He said, but he makes sure that it says that in the grant, the grant.
I'm not, we've gotten guarantees before. Yeah, we can work on it.
You need to make them, then,
Yeah.
look for certain, you can put it on. Fine. That we want to start, or in this one, the other one is the one that we can do. I hit one side and really not rich. When we approved last night, one about the water on it, and, and the, or flag, the, posted, working back like this. Basically, there's me coming down, and being civil, you know. But it does, we'll take the time and then, you don't see it, you're losing that. So, the amazing, interesting, right? Every 5 years, it's going to be like this. So, and that things that we do, all the pieces and all of it. So the unanswered enough to be like, getting all that together. It's a good word together, and then a good word together. Yeah. So, I make that all pulled together and then, on the wastewater side, having done outreach function and master station, not called last week, not under the eye, just on that and experiment doing the power, seal. And that we thought we like, that like trying to talk to them, getting that to and I can't wait for it, that's the marketing talking more, that we can find out. Sometimes you know, actually, no matter which we, yeah. Now, we did the account, we, committees on Monday, what happened?
have to.
Yeah, that's the new one, that's the new, and the right from the United States, right up. Yeah, for, yeah, this is for the upgrade on the, usually, the current house, usually system, on 2005, so it's the outdated, works on top of the but, young. There's something goes wrong, so, we've got the lines, far along. But it's still there, you working in the chamber that we're probably, the 17,000, every time the building, do something, mission, where it start getting grants with it, the government, like it's going to still, yeah. So, even though, it's something, that has been something that's started, that department. So, yeah, I think it's,
And we have the ARPA money, but we have to spend.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, you say, I would information and do something to get them to get to you. And we do complete this, January 3rd. And then, somewhere, one thing, moving that, that we, that, I'm taking that to,
David said that we might have a laptop.
Each guy, of this, if one is,
we have a sneakers and another.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, every time something goes wrong, they need
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
People drive. The people around, here, about 23, and the candy, one of the change, age of posted, maybe need to be, maybe, but start from the state, and, just pick it up with the beach there. And, we're gonna get to the building, you're and I think,
Important, man.
Okay.
I think it's great.
I'm gonna give some more back show, and tell that, like, for all the money, and we're gonna be keep on it. And I'm gonna also, yeah, you got feeling when you come up there, nobody check the ride, in the door, I mean, the bed, and that is, and this is, the engine, the building, the state, I can, maybe, that's the reality, the quality, batteries, the experience, that is frustrating. I didn't know TV sound when it's funny. Unfortunately, things go up, and we know that's good gas. And we have a steps to the training piece, we got areas, and we can, think about that. And there's several opportunities, and we can look at it. And we found in some areas that are thinking about the rest. And we started looking to start, we would have, that we don't have that area, 60 days, that's up there, that's still, but then, even starting, and then, I will be, probably think there's, all business. ECMD4 is the link. So the town has that, one year you find center and the city, and the one you don't want to be fixed, and it's certain amount that didn't do it, and that only cost that getting bad, but it seems like it's awful lot there to get that, yeah. It's pretty really to me. And we have the team that, we remember the how much the big outfit stuff to go down the line, that we closed out and stuff. So, don't be honest, you know, for the stuff, and that was what we did to us, and then we, we have one more to, and that's what the, and so we will be looking, the one they do, is what we're saying on the game. So, that's what I'm used to a lot. So, everybody, something like that, so, the family was a line was separate from loans and seminary, and having people that the order to set one of those, notes, and basically, and then I would change that if the building was maybe not only your house, and one, and then the other side of the so let's bring it back to and if you lose that, it's wild, it's still going to be, really that, anybody beyond that, we do that. And we're definitely in the when we go back to the first one, to serve the second, third one, and after that, didn't understand. And the last really great. We got a letter from, in the land with that. That, I had a certain extent of the people that I have considered that. And wanted to reach out to know the good news that they found for the rest of 2022. That we used to the $98,977. Is actually a retail center the back to the store $18,853 to go to the table $8,230. And that is the social side of the living by really. And I think that is what it's really is. That's the thing. We'll be working with all the solvent seasons. That's easy. Yeah, see that going on that project, see that something we need to, it's part of that, I need to do this. So that's one door that, they will be here on the floor for a photo op. So if you want to do some 15 minutes, so something like that, the sunlight. And the W here that's working the old, so it's, running. And it's, TV, where we want to figure out how we do this 29. Is there something that maybe something that's coming to November with thank you again to talk about something. Something like that. Yeah, and you can do it. Yeah, can you do that?
The beginning, I guess, how to do the, I went to,
It's been about, and yeah, the other day, one of those guys said,
you need that, right?
It's got to be sort of good. The same one as Dan Albert here for the street thing and anything, they have a pretty good reputation. And we get the opening of bid, you have a whole bunch more people than I've ever been on, because things like that. And we only allow so many bids, so we only people got bids. They run, they're not, We actually, yeah.
At $100,000.
And they were.
2-year contract.
It's $12,000, they get to down people, tell them, that it needs to be done, what they fucking do, primarily, keep bringing, to get things accepted and then come into motion with food, at the, and then say, don't do it. And, I do that. Yeah, actually, when in the office in sort of the council operates. And in fact, on page 2, we had a deadline that second, 5 to 7 minutes. I think important. I have been on that community. Need to do. And I'm talking about now, and stuff, I did ask the attorney, about their building, but he gave me that split. Well, I find out that I did well, they're going to see that we trying to what's your number railroad, guys? Everybody in town is saying something going on through. And finally, after the 37,000 years, and age 40 years of privacy for some of the and there for the some those people that they could the things that they agreed to put something in that want to tell you. So it's unfortunate. I'm glad that they finally took them up. We still got this and again, the drive to make the town over and say for 50%. And continue down the for new business, I'd like to talk about CEO. Thankful for the people that our illnesses the town and we can sort of see where if you do it, the big funds and stuff, big funds, people that we just filing on and that you really have that. And the thinking is yeah, right there, which is fascinating. It's been around people excited, the night party, it's the new year. That's the other important time to be about to I don't know if you know, was thinking I was there, therefore, with somebody becoming better. It's the chief, I remember when it expected the system that I noticed in the area, like, I felt like, sometimes, and so it's really fun. Yeah, a lot of you really done early. And so each thing that they are looking at what I've talked about is when you violation using the unsafe type violation and I don't know what the hell is parking. You don't put in the parking and then only in that about, if you look at Irvington, the other, we have to live specifically in the personally, what the city officials that are in there, what they do is they divide the stadium to that fire. One $500, 50%, and instead of that, just $40 flat, and like $30. Now, the difference was, let's say that it's not paid if you go today, they really jacked up at the price of the pay people. Probably during the evening, like, for example, get the money of people on $300, there's the guy, we're on for the gate, and buy it. That's even, that's $30 and so, maybe $100, something on the number, and sitting on the thing to get in and go to the head. Well, so. And we have the council and then I think, and then I did, I thought, it's getting to this. I don't think what the chief did, then come back and take it in the meeting, and we don't come to,
a teenager or whatever, and not really part of the guy was with the arts of the town that, yeah, no.
Well, understand.
Just makes it easy to not do something. Oh, yeah, but it doesn't feel so big, that easy. After all, and that's what he did on it. Yeah, I didn't have paid $25 ticket for the game. Everybody was still being silent.
It doesn't take place, like the, but you don't think that.
Yeah, we already had some 30, the town majority in town bar, be like, not subject to the really big, to the capital record. Itself is kind of, it's subject to, it's going to be, for the profit, it's out.
And then you got up here, and you really, people have to go because it's pretty, and that's, that's, having a hard time finding things that are doing the property next to the state. Yeah, I'll stay away from something, yeah, I understand. That's really, yeah. Yeah. Anytime I thought about it, radiation, you have no radiation, and that goes with, if you have permanent reduction, you have to do,
No, because my budget is according.
the money is corrected, is separated, is not corrected, so you, they can have the figures, so you say, so the man, for the speech, you're reducing it $30,000. I make a motion, that's that I give you, the $70,000. And so you, next thing is, continue with the book, you're gonna reduce that of $3,300. I'll make a motion that the two, $10,000, that's heavy. In favor, say aye.
Make sure you go on your side, and put that.
The last one is 11/26, and we use $1,000 to each to get that up. This guy, is going to go, PTO. Make a motion and it's $1,000. Included. County resolution, if you have to do it.
Yeah, it's in my budget. So, say for instance, that local increase, but we have to $8,000 to spend, but we don't have that much money in our tank, so they have to reduce it by, we don't have $15,000 in it. So I have to reduce by $30,000. Because we did have 46,000 last year, we take a load. Just part of, I'm not, early.
Inside meeting again, very little information today. One, you know, that you think of what tax season is, it's pretty around the 14th again. And I did one instead, because you have too much eggs to the yard, and I'm putting the second thing in on it. Calculation, the road, and the free. See how many cars and free the rest of the deck, and I'm telling you, that to the, room to the. Hopefully, I know you're, there's that same, yeah, now it'll be a solid and steady one, with the long and that'll be that. Yeah. Everything goes in, many waters to many, and sometimes the TV every year, and I try to, the last piece,
Want me to just
you can stand it.
Speak from there?
You can come up here and do that.
I'm okay right now. Okay. I'm just gonna read my statement because I'm gonna stay on point. So thank you for having me. Thank you, Chief Jones, for all you've done and for including us in the issues with community cats hearing them in the community. So yes, my name is Susan Lapierre. I'm the Executive Director for Ambassadors for God's Creatures. It's a nonprofit organization that I founded in 2016. Our mission is to help pet owners access the resources they need to keep their pets at home and out of the animal shelter system. We're based in Anderson. We serve Madison, Delaware, and Lake counties through programs including discounted pet food, a pet food pantry, free vaccines, affordable spay-neuter assistance for owned pets, and community cats. Since our founding, we have helped more than 10,000 animals to be spayed and neutered. I'm here tonight following the arrest of Jerry Neff, a longtime community cat caretaker here in Orestes. Before his arrest, our organization worked with Mr. Neff by providing low-cost spay-neuter vouchers and helping him with the cats on his property. We also offered our support to Chief Jones before the situation reached this point. I feel like we kind of came on late in the scene. I know that we worked with a lot of other organizations before he did finally reach out to our organization, which was, sounds like it was just about a month ago, right? Okay. So that's to his credit. He did reach out to us. No animal should suffer from neglect or cruelty, and every caretaker has a responsibility to provide humane care. At the same time, Mr. Neff did not create this problem alone. Like many colony caretakers, he stepped in to care for animals that others had abandoned. Over time, the number of cats grew beyond what one person could reasonably manage. This situation should remind us that envy cats are not one person's responsibility. They are the result of years of unaltered pets, abandonment, and irresponsible ownership. Because people created this problem, it requires a community solution. Simply relocating cats is not effective. It creates what is known as the vacuum effect, where new, unaltered cats move into the same area and begin reproducing again. The proven solution is trap, neuter, return, or TNR. Cats are humanely trapped, spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and returned to their outdoor home. Because they can no longer reproduce, colony populations decline naturally over time. Communities across the country have shown that TNR is the most humane, effective, and cost-efficient way to manage community cat populations. Law enforcement plays an important role when neglect occurs, but enforcement alone will never solve the overpopulation of pets and animals. Prevention through affordable and accessible spay-neuter programs is the lasting solution. So I just want to encourage the town of Orestes to consider several proactive steps.
adopt a trap neuter ordinance, which it sounds like you are wanting to model that after you made Fort Wayne's, which are very good. Partner with local animal welfare organizations to coordinate TNR efforts. Our organization does TNR, as does a few other organizations in Madison County. Expand education on responsible pet ownership and spaying and neutering. Support affordable spay-neuter programs for residents. Strengthen ordinances that prohibit animal abandonment. And encourage residents to report unmanaged holidays before situations become overwhelming. Ambassadors for God's Creatures is not here to criticize anyone. We're here to help. For nearly a decade, we've worked with communities to reduce pet overpopulation through education, affordable spay-neuter services, trap neuter return, and collaborative partnerships. We stand ready to work alongside the town of Orestes, law enforcement, veterinarians, and residents to develop humane, practical solutions. The situation involving Mr. Knapp is unfortunate, but it also gives us an opportunity to do better moving forward. If we work together, we can prevent similar situations, reduce the number of committed cats over time, and ensure that no one person is left to carry the burden of a community-wide problem. Thank you for your time and your commitment to serving the town of Orestes. I also have some packets of information that I wanted to give the town council and the clerk, so you have that. We do offer our retail store is located on 8th Street in Anderson, and we sell discounted pet food, litter, other, cages, food meds, all kinds of things. And Stan, yes, Stan, you've been there. So,
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then we also have a free vaccine clinic every Monday evening. A lot of people come to that. Jerry has started into that as well. The one thing that we don't do is we can't cover vet care expenses for pet owners. That's just not in our budget. But we do a lot of preventative work. We have some nationwide grants that support us, which Pet for Love and Best Friends Animal Society. They help with our trap neuter return program in Anderson, City of Anderson. And we have dusted our ordinance there in Anderson. So it is very effective. We want to come alongside you. And also just offering resources to the residents in the town that have illness.
You said the Black Street pretty much.
That's on Mondays. I have a packet of information that I will give everyone. And there's no cost for the vaccines. But they can purchase, discounted preventatives like dewormer. We offer $10 microchips. There's no registration fee for that.
We have,
They have all kinds of stuff. Okay. But, I do have, some flyers. I do have some flyers of our, services. And, I can leave those with you. I don't know if there's would this be the public place where people would come in and ask for resources? I noticed that you don't have a Facebook page, or you have one for the police department.
we have one here.
You do? Okay, I didn't see that one. So, okay. So I could get on there and start promoting our services. We do have Orestes pet owners that come into our services and access. But you said about the situation.
It seemed like at one time that we didn't fall around fast, and when the real one did that. And we didn't look at it. I'm not saying it's wrong, it just seemed like we were here.
Well, when one female cat can have 3 litters in 1 year, it can get out of hand. And we took 3 litters from 3 weeks ago. So
sometimes the personality is starting
yeah, absolutely.
outdoors, really draw people at or people down, when they teach you that
Yeah, their cats are going to gravitate where there's food, shelter.
just to keep there and
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I would encourage not leaving the food out overnight. Obviously, that's going to get wildlife. But I would also consider something about, because the lady that spoke this last time, she said, so I watched the video of the last, meeting, and she said about her cats going out. You know, they should be fixed, right? And I would encourage people to get them microchip. That's a great way to tackle the issue of registration of pets, so you know, and have a microchip scanner. I don't know if you have one cheap or not, but I would invest in one. Okay, I know, you're right on top of it, and I appreciate that. But there's all kinds of things that we can do to better manage the animals in the community. Shelters, giving shelters, we have a lot of them at our office that people can have. They're going to look for shelter, and sometimes they're going under people's properties. They're, you know, defecating under there. There are some nuisance mitigation strategies that we have that we can offer to pet owners to help reduce, you know, those complaints. So.
It's really hard. Just like, well, yeah, now, we got it, and found it, there, you keep it. I thought it would help. But then, just, it's the, public health. Just, don't, you can't keep that, that's, but, you know what you mean, it's a not, it was not looking, even for the industry, the other past, like, your own pets. Fortunately, we have to get the lease up for us, and work with it. It'll be fast, but that's different. Okay, we not really talking about that money really exists. We actually doing never advocated for a nomination. So I don't know what said that under asking for the gender and David. They really fine. Now we can go. Basically, we get forward on the stuff outside. If they know to do that, or they don't, you know, start to, yeah, it's good to do. And then to get and then in the green or thing that they're making, and the which you know, and once you get up to the problem now, number of active. Fortunately, the government, for you, Albert, you began to go back to the states, we began to do so I did not.
And we're happy to, we could bring a team here, we could do something townwide to provide the vaccines, microchips, the dewormer for anybody that is in town and wants to take advantage of those. We go mobile with our vaccine clinics, and we can certainly do that. And make that, you know, we could even lower them $5 trips just to make sure that they're affordable for people. So I did leave the pricing of our low cost spay neuter for cats and dogs, and that's not just community cats, that is for personally owned animals. A lot of people need help, and we do cater to the low income families. So I did leave a flyer for that, as well as the vaccine clinic. The vaccine clinic is open to the public. You don't have to have a financial requirement for that at all. Then I left a flyer of all of our services. And we do offer free pet food once a month. So Jerry could be coming and getting food for his outdoor cats. I know that he's going to be able to keep a couple, I think, at his home. So we just want to encourage those resources that we have available. Happy to partner with the town in any way. Right.
And it was in before, you probably very unique. Regardless of what you have been that's the help. They're not, they're individual lessons. So, you know.
I think when you're in rescue, you do tend to, people know your number. You know, I mean, my phone is constantly going off. Can you take this cat? Can you take that cat? Can you take this litter? You know, just all of that. And Yeah, and Jerry is very kind and he's very caring. He loves his cats. He did get in over his head, and that was coupled with the fact that he is very sick. So he got very stressed, and yes, he's got a challenging personality. He's a little feisty, which I love that about him. He has passion. But, and, he was saying that he needed help. And I think, and there were organizations, you and I talked about that. There were organizations giving him help. I think what he really wanted was the town of Arestis to help him because he saw himself with a target on his back, thinking that he was being blamed for all these community cat problems. And it's not one person. Yes, he was the one that was saying, I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take it, because he doesn't want the animal to be neglected or be abandoned. So he got himself in trouble in that regard, but they're not his sole responsibility. And I think that's what he meant.
You realize after from the time of there's many different roads and having the district.
Yeah. His heart got in the way. He didn't want to let go of some of the cats, especially the litters, and what he ended up doing kind of pushed him over the edge. He was deeply remorseful for that. And I felt, yes. I told him, I said, I don't know why you did not call us. We would help anybody with humane euthanasia if they needed that for their pet. That's one thing that we will pay for. But he was stressed out, and stress is a killer, So, I mean, he asked me for forgiveness. He doesn't owe me an apology. He is forgiven by our creator. And he was very remorseful. So I think he's doing the best that he can. He loves his animals. And I think now it is more manageable for him. And hopefully he can utilize all the resources available to him. Yeah. Thank you for caring about him. Tough love sometimes is what changes people's behavior. So, yeah. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions for me and what we do? Thank you.
I want to have you put down or can you do no. You thought
Yeah.
You have a lot down there, but yeah. Yeah, it's not bad up there, but they have.
No, absolutely. I've been talking with Allison. We always partner and see how we can help them and, as well, because we are boots on the ground here. But you're right. We serve 3 counties. So our funds are limited. Yeah. But thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Well, for the, postmaster, after the post office, she requested that according to the town board, so that anything that we can do any numbers to start getting our mail, because we're going 3 or 4 days without any mail and the rest of the day, we've get packages, so I'm getting delivered, I package that I got in June, and it's still not being delivered, it's still scanned out, and even after scan. We're not putting our mail at the time. I don't know if there's anything we can do. I know in numbers, if you, one person got called, then they say, somebody can pay. But I don't know if there's anything that the town can do, to allow the chain to see what's going on. We had horrible internet service. I didn't know what people in town having, but, we streamed everything and we paid out the nose for the streaming services and TV services and things. I just don't know what we can do as a community to get, the services that we're paying for. And mail, we should be able to get a minute.
The new thing, are ongoing for business,
Right,
things like this summer and we kind of get an ad
yes,
with physical.
yes, I know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's all Sandy,
This is the championship good for you.
Yeah.
That was 001.
Yeah. And it's truly a problem. I mean, like I said, I had a package that I ordered from Amazon and I requested that it come from UPS because I normally get that stuff from UPS. Then they changed it to USPS, you pay priority shipping on it, and then it's set it in the address, and I've been waiting on this package for a month, and it's just been scan and scan and scan and scan. And, what people do, they have nothing that they need.
So I just got validated.
Yes.
USPS.
Yes.
Side of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what, that doesn't like the.
And how can we change that? How can we change that?
Well, I wish I knew, I wish I knew, and the only same thing with me, I think it has to give them, like, I would say, the good mail companies that verify the addresses.
Like, yeah, so,
Solid, or, in the, I don't know,
I mean, I know that our patch just broke from Indianapolis to Alexander, and Alexander brings you to Alexis. But it's becoming a problem. I mean, we should be able to get our mail, and it's not really.
things can get, like, the town really can, what is the, really start. They contact the ring, actually, two days in a row.
Sure, I mean, whatever we can do to alleviate the problem, because it's really becoming a problem.
I wouldn't buy everything, the guys to be taking out.
Yeah,
And that's,
yeah,
but every time I tell them, you got to go out, and I didn't.
yeah, I do too. And
Well, I still think it goes back to some of you that did it back in there. Because we were really during the time and the post office was going to sell it. And it's going to be sold because we have big high post on to, that was the biggest account. They ran ready to go and let us sell it. It's the first time. They ran in that meeting where it said, we're not going to get rid of this, we're going to move it somewhere else.
yeah,
So I'm trying to figure out how we stay to the game. You just move it somewhere else. You just have to sell them.
yeah, but I mean, I just, for everybody in town, and I'm not the only one, like the issue, and it's just too many problems. I just think that the company, and they said that all these could be transition between the old CCR and the SPL, service center and the media. And then it was, even right after I started that, that's everything we use. Yeah, everything, not just that. Yeah, and it's just like their bus. I mean, their problem, which is ridiculous, because they truck that they get, and I know how to run the business that, and then you try to, and you pay for, chicken, So I'm bringing that forth to the town board, or from the place office, because you make more chance of numbers than you do one. More mostly, yeah. Yeah. That's the idea. Down in one town, we're thinking about it. Yeah. The North of time, not well. I'll have to. Well, people can find it. For sure, all can do it.
Each starts to.
Yeah.
Because they're running by lots of time.
I also like, I mean, the next week, I was at the end of the now, and I said, job on mine, this is my phone, I don't have any Wi-Fi, and I didn't know, and it's my phone, and I could make up the weather, I put it in my email, and
the shop online, and doing the last couple of months, yeah, I love how much I can talk to that. Well, and it's been, I think, a long way. Yeah.
I would shop. It's quite hard. I can tell you that they're not limited,
Well, according to Frontier, they are. Frontier's involved in that. Frontier told us that they were coming up the street.
But
But they are coming into the rest.
That's like
the Frontier.
it's broken.
Yeah, so we have, we have AT&T on one point, over there, and then you have the TV, and so I contacted them too, and they said, if they don't too early, I'm going to pay my bill. You know, I mean, because you told me my money, and you told me that we took it to Erica. So I understand that you're not that, but, you know, everybody knows out the nose, the service now, it's either internet service, cable service, and mail service, and it just keeps going up. So I was not, it should be something that we can do, the numbers, to find out what they are.
Yeah.
So if there should be time, I think you make notes of things that they're doing too. And then,
You can, portion of the three downtown, so, the 7.5, the amount of $115,660.18. And the water and earthquake fund, 71 to 715, the amount of $16,279.50. And so, thank you for that. Just to let you know how that works, our attorney, they brought in this man for $16,470.79 to the fee that sometimes you're not really like that.
yeah, we had to do that for that, $17,000.
Yeah, why is it like the, $87,000? And they refer to it next to.
What we need.
Thank you.